フロントウィング、グリザイアの果実。
Hello everybody, hope you're all doing well today. Yeah, we're gonna be back with Fruit of Grisaia, obviously, as my schedule said. I'm actually gonna swap to my other screen for a minute here. So, if you didn't notice on Twitter, or like sometime earlier, a few days ago, I said I had ordered something that might have been a mistake. on my part. Well, actually, I said a mistake to a friend. I ordered something that's gonna be kind of a challenge for once. And then something else also, so, the shop I usually get stuff from got a restock, finally, which is good. But then the day after I bought some stuff from them, they got another restock, so, poor me. I gotta wait now before I want to even think of getting something else. So, first and foremost, later on tonight, probably about 5 o'clock-ish. Maybe. Depending on how I'm actually feeling, if I have anything else going on, I will be back for another stream. I'm gonna build myself the, high-grade, Gundam Astaroth. So that'll be cool. But the thing on Twitter that I, said about is gonna be this big bad boy. The Ultima Gear Millennium Puzzle. It is a model kit. There are pieces I need to snip off of runners and put together. The catch with this guy, however, there are no instructions on how to actually put the puzzle itself together. It just snips out all the pieces and then says, alright, have fun, pull a Yugi, and, you know, build it yourself, figure it out. Like an actual puzzle. So that I'm kind of planning right now to do tomorrow at about 5-ish. Or actually, no, about 6-ish. So, yeah, the next 2 days are going to be double streams. We got our Fruit of Grisaia in the morn, and then in the evening, we got model kits. So yeah, look forward to that. So yeah, that's going to be a fun time. But that's gonna be for later. Right now, actually, you know, one second, I'm gonna close my curtains. They're kind of really bright. Morning, Nichols. How you doing? And yes, you contributed to the challenge. Which is a reminder, everyone, we do have a community challenge to get me to play Fallout New Vegas. You can all thank Nichols for that. Nichols is at least the one that wants me to play the game, and then someone else said they would also like to contribute to play it, so it's like, screw it! Community challenge! Let's go! So, 75K bananas, and I will buy, download, and stream through Fallout New Vegas. After I finish another game, though. I don't want to keep adding so many freaking games to my list. I already have 2 games on break. So whether it's this, or when Digimon is done, I'll do New Vegas. Whichever comes first. Alright. God, I am so not used to this game talking to me. In all honesty, I am not used to it at all. Also, I just noticed to delete all the saves, it's a trash can with the nuclear symbol on it. You guys can't see it, but give me a second here. I can move my everything. Yep, there we go. It's literally a trash can with like the radioactive symbol. Alright, so I'm trying to remember where we left off last time with this. I think we kind of talked things out with Yumiko because after we met her, she's been trying to kill us at every moment. So we managed to, like, sorta, I guess, come to a weird common ground so she won't be trying to hit us with a box cutter every few seconds. We met our boss. Because I have no idea what the hell. We're pretty much, I think, so an assassin, but we want a normal life right now, so we're kind of like on leave from doing that stuff. But our boss checks up on us and reminds us to have your phone on you and on at all times. Because if we call you, we expect you to answer and then, you know, do what we need you to do. If you don't answer, we're sending a squad after you. Then we also went shopping with Mane, and also got gratuitous fan service. She is very, very open about kind of everything. She had no problem changing in front of us and makes a lot of comments about just her body. And then we ended it off after having kind of a little Swedish little chat with Machina, getting her to warm up to us a little bit. And yeah, not being stabbed is good. I prefer to not have more holes in my body than is already, you know, present. So yeah, we're gonna be picking up from there, I guess, right after our fun little chat with Machina, who has a Tamagotchi. That was just a thing. It was a Tamagotchi without calling it a Tamagotchi. Alright, loading up. Read books in a well-lit area. That was a teaching of my master's. At that time, I was accustomed to reading while shut up in a closet or dark room, so those words felt a bit reassuring. Of course, it's not like I'm worried about obeying the teaching of a woman who's already dead, and I'm still not good with direct sunlight. And here I am, searching for a bright place with a book in hand anyway. Aren't I adorable? No. Dude, you're fucking weird. Ugh. We continue with the adventures of a weird-ass main character here. No reason to wander around looking for a sunny place in this shitty heat. Stepping away from the air-conditioned school building, I unfold the school's admissions guide pamphlet. On the coded, threefold brochure, there's a bird's-eye view illustration of the campus, with a mark to the south of the schoolhouse anointed Planned Site of Library Construction. Planned site. Meaning there isn't a library yet, I guess. Although there is something library-esque on the second floor of the school building, the collection only holds around 200 books. It's still a fair amount of books. Nothing to really scoff at. You can apply to have a book stocked if you're after one in particular, and apparently a bookmobile replaces the existing collection every once in a while. But it doesn't seem like it's being used that heavily. In other words, there's no reason to go out of my way to borrow the key to use it. I brought my own books, and there are plenty of well-lit areas besides the library. While casually looking over the pamphlet, I find the words, Rose Garden. This is definitely our principal's doing.
乙女たちの通う学園にはやっぱりバラ園が必要よね。毎年新入生が入学する ちが自分で育てたバラを新入生の胸に添えるの。
Wow. That came out of nowhere. Like the idea, though.
素敵。
Or so I can easily imagine a certain woman who doesn't know how to act her age deluding herself. Pretty flowers might calm your mind, but they won't fill your belly. If you've got room to grow them, it would be better used for an edible plant. But telling her that would probably just make things unpleasant. Here, allow me to pin a pumpkin on your chest instead. I'll just have to remember to greet Principal Tachibana with a "Good day, One-sama" the next time I see her. Oh, God. Great. Great. I gotta go full weeb with this fucking game. A rose garden, eh? I don't have any interest in inedible flowers, but I guess there would be a shade tree or two as well. Imagining myself reading under a tree surrounded by blooming roses brings a smirk to my face. Guided by these silly thoughts, I decide to head toward the rose garden for the first and only time. They call it a rose garden, but not a single one's in bloom. Based on the map, this is definitely the right spot, and there's even a white arch that seems appropriate. But from what I can see, there aren't any roses in flower. Maybe the garden's still a work in progress, or perhaps they're cutting the buds during the summer. Well, not like I came to see roses in the first place, so whatever. No. Is she sleeping on a cat? I think Machina is sleeping on a cat. Also, that's just precious. That was a surprise. I wasn't expecting anyone else to be here. No, more importantly, what the heck is she doing? Having a nap! I approach silently and touch Machina's neck in the area of her carotid artery. You taking her pulse? Oh my god, he was taking her pulse. Jesus Christ. She's got a pulse. On close inspection, she's breathing quietly. So I guess the wicked stepmother, Amane in this case, didn't feed her a poisoned apple. Jesus Christ, man. She's sleeping? Wait, what's this? I can't even speak. We're already off to a great start today, aren't we? Wait, this thing is a cat? I think? A large cat is serving as the soundly sleeping Machina's pillow. I'd taken it for a stuffed animal at first glance. It sure looks like a fluffy toy, but when I draw close, the stubby ears buried in its fur twitch like miniature radar antennas. Last I checked, radar antenna. I don't think radar antennas twitch. I don't think antennas are supposed to be twitching. My next question: why sleep out here soon resolves itself. I see. It's definitely nice and cool here. Cats are knowledgeable about cool places, or so they used to say. As for Machina, I expect she was wandering around by herself as per usual, then grew exhausted and collapsed into sudden sleep on the spot. I watched the partially gnawed apple on Machina's chest rise and fall with her breathing. Great, we're just gonna watch her fucking sleep now. Christ almighty. She fell asleep in the middle of eating. Just like a baby. I noticed that Machina's mouth is half open and dripping with dripping transparent drool. Oh my god. Stop! Stop! Not to mention, her hair's a scruffy mess. The ribbon on her uniform is crooked, and she's wearing different socks on her left and right leg. What's with this girl? As I look down upon her, Machina suddenly snuffles noisily. She's fucking snoring! What a weirdo. I mean, you're the one staring at a sleeping person. It's been a while since the last time I laughed at a woman's sleeping face. Even as I'm filled with the desire to keep watching, discomfort at the peaceful atmosphere of this place also wells up within me. Oh my god, the cat. At that moment, I sense someone watching me and look over to find Machina's pillow cat has woken and is staring up at me in surprise. Sorry to bother you. Go back to sleep. I leave them, taking care to avoid making noise, and sit down under a tree a little ways away. Whew. Wandering around as she pleases, then falling asleep in the nearest cool place when she gets tired. I see, she certainly does remind you of a cat. I'm envious. That's not sarcasm or anything. I'm genuinely envious of Machina. I'm sure she brings that little pocket of naturally peaceful space with her wherever she goes. I think that's something worth envying, and it's probably very precious to her as well. Which might well be why she doesn't want to step outside this sanctuary of a school when she can avoid it. Inside this sanctuary that would crumble in a moment without the protection of others. I wonder if the day will come when I too can sleep in that utterly defenseless way. Turning toward the sound, I noticed the fat white cat from before appearing from the direction of the thicket I just left. Rustling its way through the foliage on stubby legs, it stops suddenly when it spots me sitting under the shade of my tree. Glaring at me with sleepy-looking eyes, it lets out a single disgruntled meow. That was a fucking person making a meow noise. That was just a fucking person. My bad. After getting suddenly awoken in the middle of a pleasant nap, it's only natural. If I were pulled out of bed on a Sunday morning by some pushy religious solicitors, I'm sure I'd make a similar face. Oh my god. Although the fat cat doesn't seem to have accepted my apology, it snuffles roughly and lumbers away from this place. As I'm watching the cat's dignified exit, the bushes start to rustle again. Okay, Machina, stop making noises, please. I hear the sound of a dim-witted creature awakening and lazily stretching out its body. Oh my god, you just get to shit on literally everyone you meet? When I take a look, Machina's crouched on the ground on all fours, bending her back. Oh my god, she is a fucking cat. She really is a cat in human form. Machina opens her mouth, holds down a yawn, and rubs roughly at the tears spilling out the corner of her eyes. After a restless look around the area, she draws herself up off the ground. It's not like I'm doing anything I need to be ashamed of, but before I realize it, I've hidden myself from her. After standing stock still for a moment, Machina takes a bite from the apple in her hand and wanders off briskly. And where's she off to now? Doesn't look like she's got any particular destination in mind. Driven by an interest I find difficult to pin down, I decide to quietly follow Machina. Great, now you're gonna fucking stalk the poor girl? There's no regularity to Machina's actions. Just when I think she's walking straight towards something, she'll come to a sudden stop, look around restlessly, and head off in a different direction. Doesn't seem like she's lost or anything, so I suppose she's just moving wherever her whims take her. Unfortunately, that randomness makes it pretty tough to tail her. It wouldn't be a serious problem if she noticed me. If I just call out to her now, I have the feeling she'll scamper off again. I skillfully hide my presence and continue shadowing her movements. Yeah, you're just stalking her at this point, bruh. Please stop. Please. Tailing a girl without her knowledge. Objectively speaking, I guess this would be stalking. Oh my god, he's fucking aware too! He's aware that he's stalking. If you know you're stalking, then don't. Good lord. Just as I'm finally starting to get fed up with following Machina's directionless rambling, which resembles the random staggering of a sleepwalker more than anything else, the rare wandering monster in question comes to a sudden halt. Okay, that's adorable. Her resting place is an area on the outskirts of the school courtyard, in front of an artificial cement pond of uncertain purpose. Machina totters her way up to the pond, thrusts her hand in the pocket of her skirt to retrieve some half-eaten white bread, and starts tearing off chunks to throw into the water. No, she actually does have mismatched socks. Oh my god. Every time Machina's small hand hurls a bit of bread into the pond, a loud splashing sound resonates from the surface of the water. Apparently someone stocked it with fish, and she's feeding them.
たくさん食べてまるまると太るといいのよさ。
She's fattening them up to eat? He's got like 2 sweat drops on him now. What? What am I looking at?
ザニガニ
Clawfish? Machina looks around the area rapidly, grabs a short tree branch lying nearby, then leans over the depths of the pond and begins poking into the water. Although I was puzzled there for a moment, it seems like she's trying to capture a crawfish she spotted in the pond.
もうちょいザニガニもうちょいこっち
Jesus Christ. What am I even watching at this point? This looks risky. Given her character, it's obvious she'll be taking a face-first dive into the pond very soon if I just sit here. I approach Machina from behind and call out to her. You're gonna fucking scare her and she's gonna fall in anyway. Hey, watch out or you can fall into that pond. Yep. I guess I shouldn't have called out to her out of nowhere. Machina's hand slips off the ground in a stereotypical slapstick pratfall. Whoops. Swiftly reaching out to the floundering Machina, I firmly seize the collar of her school uniform and pull her back to safety. God, she really is a fucking cat. She's even going, yeah. Yeah. Dangled by the nape of her neck like a kitten, Machina lets out a feline cry. You're light. Are you even 40 kilos? Okay, what is 40 kilos? In pounds. 40 kilos to 88 pounds. Hmm. I mean, she looks small, so... Never know. We also do know apparently she's been in the hospital at some point, so for how long, God knows. Maybe she's got some kind of illness or something. Who knows? I don't fucking know yet. All I can do is make educated guesses from the information I am given. There isn't any difference in weight from the backpack I'm always carrying. Given this weight and size, I could lug her a good 25 kilometers in a single day.
フォローしてよ
Oh, sorry.
びっくりしたのよさ女の子を驚かせたらダメなのよ
Yeah, also stalking is, not right. But we did it anyway, because our fucking character is a... it's a goddamn knob. I wasn't planning to call out to you, but it's better than letting you fall into the pond, isn't it?
助けてくれてありがと
No need to thank me. I did the natural thing, given the circumstances. Look at me, shamelessly doing the life-saving hero number, despite being in large part responsible for the problem in the first place. Hi, I'm Tony Stark. I cause all my villains to, be villainous. I clean up my own messes. Get out of here, looks like ass. I don't know. I gotta get it cut. I might have the makings of an American bullshit. Oh my god! Who wrote this thing? Oh, good Christ almighty. Machina gives a quick bow of thanks, and without another word, starts to run away from me yet again. Hey, hold it. Where do you think you're going?
Huh?
Don't give me, Why are you running away from me?
別に逃げてないのよ。私に何か用？
When she asked me point blank, it's not like I have any particular justification for detaining her here. That said, it's kind of unpleasant to be avoided this blatantly. At the very least, if there's a reason she's doing this, I want to know about it. I think I asked this before, but are you scared of me?
そうじゃないけど。
If there's some reason why you're avoiding me, how about telling me? If possible, I'll try to address it. You are big, tall, scary man. You can't fix that, bro. Oh, you can't fix. Well, I mean, you can, but it'll take time. And then the height thing is just, you know, chop off your legs, I guess. I don't know. It's not. You can't do it immediately, bro. But that's my feeling. You're just a big, tall, scary-looking dude. Again with the silent treatment. Deciding to pursue the conversation patiently, I squat down to match my line of sight with Machina's. Do you remember my name?
風見ユージ。
That's right. Yuji's fine.
名前で呼ぶの恥ずかしいよ。
That's a Japanese thing, everybody. You usually just call someone by their last name unless you do know them well enough. Then you can give the first name. Or, you know, just go with nicknames. Which which Yuji is open to, but also not. Sorry, Sachi. Okay, then call me what you want.
じゃあ、お兄ちゃん。
Fucking Christ. She's calling me Big Brother. In the cutesy little girl way by adding the chan suffix. God damn, this thing is weeaboo as shit. Oni? I have to say, being called her big brother is a bit embarrassing on my end, but... well... alright. When I turn around in response to the splashing sounds coming from the pond behind me, there are a number of fish gathered at the surface of the water, flapping their mouths in demand for more food. Seems they've come to expect a handout when people stand near the pond. Ah, Pavlov's koi. Machina, you still have breadcrumbs left?
うん。
Machina thrusts her hand into her skirt pocket and rummages through its contents.
これは違う。で、これも違う。
How deep are the pockets on these skirts? As she talks, she pulls things out of her pockets one after the other. The items that emerge are mostly sweets like candy, chocolate, and chewing gum, along with an erratic selection of tools like nail clippers, rubber bands, and glue sticks. Although I've heard that women's purses are connected to the fourth dimension, this girl's pockets seem to be connected to a garbage dump. Jesus Christ. I mean, yeah, purses can hold a fuck ton of stuff. Hell, the high school, my goddamn school uniform pockets seem to hold a crap ton of stuff. Nowadays, I'm lucky to get my goddamn wallet in them. I think my school uniform pants just had very deep pockets for whatever reason. Now I could fit my cell phone, wallets, pens, change, God knows what else in there, no problems. Now it's like, you want to put more than 2 things in your pocket? Fuck you. Machina carelessly rains down the rubbish that emerges on the ground around her. One after the other. What is this? I pick up a plastic container shaped like a large film canister. There's a label pasted on the side filled with numbers and symbols of uncertain meaning. Ramune candy from Chiru Chiru? Who's Chiru Chiru? Or is that a place? I'm not gonna steal it or anything. Here, take it. When I hold out the case to her, Machina snatches it back instantly. I'm not gonna sneak bites of other people's food at my age.
そんなこと言って信用できないのよさ。世の中にはそう言っておいてこっそり隠れて食べちゃってすっかりいい気持ちになっちゃった大きいお姉さんもいるのよさ。
Amane, huh?
なんでアマネーだってわかったの？
I didn't. Just saying the first name that popped into my head. It really was her? Guess she's got a surprisingly gluttonous side.
私から聞いたって言ったら嫌なのよ。ほら、パンをあげるからこれで我慢するのよさ。
My God, she really is a kid. Like, damn. Good as her word, Machina shoves some half-eaten bread under my face.
はい、全部食べていいのよさ。いっぱい食べて、まるまる太るのよ。
No, I wasn't planning to eat it. I take the bread scraps from Machina, tear off some small pieces, and throw them into the pond. The fish at the surface struggle like a pack of piranha for the food, messily gulping it all down. Nice appetite. Huh. I thought these things were carp, but now that I get a closer look, they're actually goldfish?
金魚なのよ。去年神社のお祭りで私が救ったのよさ。
How many fish are there? Also, holy shit! How good is she at that? That game's kind of hard. Like, that is a hard fucking game to do. You get your little stick that has little prongs, and then a piece of paper is put in between it. You gotta try to scoop the fish out, but the paper dissolves very quickly. So you can't be taking your time and, like, you know, digging around in there to try to get it because the paper will be gone. So holy shit, she's really good then. She's able to go, whoop, gotcha. Cause it's a big, like, trough full of them, I'm pretty sure. And then you have your, like, little jar to hold it. So it's in. Damn. From a goldfish snatching game, huh?
そう
These were originally goldfish from a scooping game. They're almost certainly the tiny kind that's sold as live food for carnivorous fish in pet shops, but these things are huge.
毎日餌をあげてたらどんどん大きくなったのよ
Yeah, goldfish will get fucking big if you keep feeding them and manage to keep them alive. Fish generally can keep growing as long as they're alive, so the more you feed them, the bigger they'll get. What exactly have you been giving them, though?
パンとか普通に金魚の餌とか暇な時とか休み時間のたびにあげてたのよ
Ah, I get it. You know, fish don't really know when they're full. They don't feel pain the way we do either, so they'll eat as much as you give them, even if their stomachs are bulging out.
そうなの
The number one cause of death among aquarium fish is indigestion from being overfed. That's what it said in something I read when I was a kid, at least.
なんて本
I think it was a magazine called Monthly Junior Science. They mentioned it in some article about raising fish in ozonated water.
へえお魚の本なの
It had articles on all sorts of things, not just fish. Animals, space, whatever. My elder sister was a seriously dedicated reader. I'd pick up magazines like that when she was finished, although half of it went over my head. As I'm recalling the content of the science magazines I read back then, I suddenly remember something. Hey, Machina, you had some pickled squid in your pocket, didn't you? What? Just a fucking squid in her pocket? What the fuck?
あるけど金魚にあげるの
No, just take it out for now. Also, have anything we could use as a string?
お裁縫の木綿糸ならあるけど何するの
You'll see. Receiving the squid from Machina, I firmly tie one end of the thread around it, then knot the other end to the tree branch I picked up at random.
釣り竿
Exactly. So now I toss the squid dangling by the thread into the pond. Around the area where I threw the squid, I can see the shape of the crawfish Machina had been poking at earlier. When I jiggle the squid in front of his face, within a matter of seconds, the crawfish extends his pincers and firmly seizes the bait. There, hooked him. See that?
すげえザニガニ釣れた
It's a crawfish, not a clawfish. You got the word wrong. As I dangle the captured crustacean in front of her eyes, Machina stares at it with an expression of immense curiosity.
ザニガニ真っ赤だね
She's gonna keep calling it a clawfish. must be a lot of edible aquatic plants or something in there. Crawfish turn red when they have abundant food. That I didn't know.
餌が少ないとどうなるの？
They turn blue.
青くなる？
If you take a small newborn crayfish and continuously give it food like potatoes, radishes, or sardines that don't contain carotene, it'll turn blue in a month or so.
本当に？
I read it in a book when I was a kid and ended up trying it out myself. There were some that ended up with a lot of violet spots or white flecks, but I remember getting a few that turned deep blue as well.
いいなあ。私もやってみたい。
Okay, then try to catch one yourself. I pull the captured crawfish off the squid to return to the pond, then hand the fishing pole to Machina.
私に釣れるかな。やったことないのよさ。
Experiencing new things is always worthwhile, so you might as well start by trying to catch one yourself.
じゃあやってみる。
Don't fall into the pond, alright? Also, try to get the smallest one you can.
頑張るのよさ。
Taking the crude pole from me, Machina forcefully hurls the squid into the pond.
ザニガニ釣れるといいな。
I already told you, it's crawfish, not clawfish.
仕方がないのよさ。私はバカだから。
Those are words to live by. Don't worry about it. I'm an idiot. Me too, Machina. Me too. Is that the issue here? I mean, I do remember pronouncing snail as smail back when I was in elementary school for a while, but after my sister pointed it out to me, I stopped making that mistake. I have pronounced specific as Pacific before. Please be more Pacific. Please be more of a massive ocean. Didn't you have someone to point out that sort of mistake for you? Your mom, for instance?
お母さんは私のこと嫌っているから。
What? I see. There's no mother in the world who hates her child, was my mother's line, but by now, I'm all too well aware that the world isn't that simple. Sadly true. I suppose there really are mothers who hate their children. And for those children, that can't be a topic they want to chat about with some stranger. An awkward attempt at consolation would backfire here.
お兄ちゃんは優しい人なのね。
Hmm? Me? Seems like I haven't quite gotten the hang of being called Oni-chan yet. You serious? How am I nice?
ね、私の家族に無関心でいてくれるところ。
Just wasn't interested enough to risk it.
なんで嫌われてるのか興味ない？
I stare steadily at Machina's small back, silhouetted against the pond. I mean, in all honesty, I'm interested, but clearly we don't know her well enough to ask, alright, so why does your family hate you? That's a fucking hell of a, opening line. If you want to talk, I'll listen.
とね、それは私がバカだから。
Because I'm an idiot. Don't they say that kids are cuter when they're a little dumb?
私のバカを侮っちゃいけないのよ。こう見えても私札付きで筋金入りのバカなのよさ。
Can't say I've ever heard of anyone with that fierce a reputation for being stupid before. Well, don't worry about it. There's nothing but idiots in my vicinity, including me.
ね、私ね、別にお兄ちゃんのことが嫌いで避けてたわけじゃないのよ。逆に嫌われたくなくて、バカな子だなってそう思われないようになるべく近寄らないようにしてたのよさ。
I also just realized I'm not using my Grisaia overlay. I'll use it tomorrow. I totally forgot I wasn't using the overlay I have. Too late now. I kind of prefer it like this. It's like I said, I'm surrounded by idiots. If I went around hating people for something like that, I'd run out of my supply of hate real fast. Well, there certainly are people who can't hold together their fragile sense of self-worth except by looking down on others. Even a few true idiots who take those emotions to the extreme become dictators or cult leaders and launch hunts against their inferiors. But why assume you'll be hated over something like that anyway? That way of thinking seems counterproductive. Debase yourself by saying, I'm just an idiot, and you'll just puff up the many self-styled geniuses of the world.
でもね、私あまねみたいに綺麗じゃないし、ユミちゃんみたいに頭良くないし、何の才能もないのよさ。
There's no point in standing around with your mouth open waiting for talent to fall from the sky. You make your own.
どうやって？
No matter what you're doing, the most essential thing is to not give up. Fail as many times as it takes. Keep trying persistently until you can call yourself average. Remember, you gotta suck at something first in order to be kind of good at something. I mean, that was the wrong... I quoted that wrong. Let me just try it. It's, sucking at something is the first step toward being sort of good at something. Thanks, Adventure Time.
それでも人並みだよ。
Average is just fine. If you can collect a nice group of average level skills, that's already above average. You've created your own sort of talent. Being a hard worker is a talent in its own right, were my sister's words. And from that group of average skills, you can work to improve further on the things that you think you're suited for. A person blessed with talent, in a manner of speaking, is just someone who found a path well suited to them early on. When you get down to it, people can accomplish nearly anything as long as they don't give up. Obvious, but it's true. On the other hand, guys who give up at the first setback will never get anything done. There's no need to rush. You're still a kid, you got time. Try out anything and everything. Struggle around as much as you want. I rest my hand on Makina's head with a gentle thump. It's at just the right height for this sort of thing. That's what school's for, right?
そうなのかな。
Okay, you know what? Pretty sound advice. If you're gonna fail, school is the place to fail in. You're meant to learn. Alright, I'm liking him a little bit more. He's still kind of a jerk-off. At the very least, I think the principal wants this school to be that sort of place. So you might as well throw out your chest and do as many stupid things as you want. With pride. Of course, if this girl ends up doing something truly dramatically stupid, the principal will be the one facing the music, so I'm probably overstepping my bounds just a bit here.
じゃあ私バカでもいいの？
Why not? Being dumb is fine. In the first place, guys who go around calling themselves geniuses are either weaklings with fragile egos, or jokers using the line to get a laugh. And even if you were some genius, that just makes it easy to mistake yourself for a perfect human and start slacking off. Hairs like that get passed by the tortoises of the world eventually. Yeah, fair.
そっか。やっぱいい人ね、お兄ちゃん。
Don't get me wrong, I just wanted to try playing the nice guy for a bit. You shouldn't trust me that easily. Got it?
あ、知ってるそれ。ツンデレってやつなのよさ。チルチルがいつも練習してるのよ。勘違いしないでよねって。
Okay, alright. Alrighty. Well, we're pulling the tsundere on her. How to put this? I'm not sure how I feel about being put in the same boat as that girl. Machina, I think you got a bite.
おお、なんとしたことか。
I forgot we were fishing. No need to rush. Slowly pull it out of the water.
ザリガニ、あ、違う。ザリガニ釣れてる。釣れたのよさ。
See? People can do anything if they try. So don't give up before you start. Okay?
なんか自信ついた感じ。このザリガニを部屋に持って帰って青くなるか実験してみたい。
Okay. And you should go to Amane or Sachi and see if you can find an aquarium to raise it in. Make sure to only to feed it stuff without carotene.
アジとかイワシ、大根やジャガイモ。
Oh? You remembered. I put my hand on Machina's head and ruffle her hair around roughly.
こう見えても記憶力は結構いいのよ。
Alright, better get that crawfish in the water while it's still in good shape. Don't overfeed it, okay?
わかった。ありがとうお兄ちゃん。また遊んでくれる？
Yeah. See you later.
ありがとう。
Machina, still clutching the crawfish, waves her hand cheerfully and takes off at full speed toward the dorm. Thanks. Huh. I don't recall doing anything worthy of much gratitude, but regardless, hearing such a happy thanks feels kind of pleasant. Maybe it's because I was raised in an environment where such words were very rare, but I think being able to thank others so freely is also a sort of talent. It probably seems perfectly commonplace to her, so I'm sure she's not even conscious of that skill. I sort of get the feeling she may just be overlooking the talent she does have. I get it. I guess that's what makes her an idiot. They say that idiots don't catch colds, but it's probably more accurate to say idiots don't realize when they've caught a cold. In the same way, because Makina's an idiot, she's probably oblivious to her own abilities. Honestly, what a weird girl. But then again, weird people are rarely boring. Or so I think, basking in the peaceful, sluggish atmosphere Makina left in her wake. Oh, that was a thing that happened. That was a good hour of crawfish. Are we finally gonna have some time alone with Michiru? Our resident wannabe tsundere? And potential best girl? As soon as the lecturer leaves the classroom, Michiru slumps forward onto her desk. We've only gotten through 2 periods. Are you out of stamina already?
そんなの分かってるけど、座学の授業が続くとどうしてもこうなるのよ。それからさっち、シャーペンの芯がなくなっちゃったんだけど、返し持ってる？はい、どうぞ。ありがとう。そうそう。料理の時いつもここだけ使い道がなくて困るのよね。
Wrong kind of lead, Michiru.
ってこれ、キャベツの芯じゃないの。
Wait, what? 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 Sachi just had a lump of lead?
何？これって日頃からシャーペンの芯とか消しゴムをサチから借りてる私へのいじめ？もしかして私実はサチに嫌われてる？
That's quite the imaginative leap in logic there.
ほらサチ、早く誤解を解いてあげないとチルチルが溶けてなくなっちゃうのよ。あ、すみません。ミチル様が欲しかったのはこちらですよね。
Sachi hands Michiru a new lead for her mechanical pencil.
もう頼むわよサチ。さすがの私もちょっとびっくりしちゃったじゃない。
ノミの心臓だものね。
失礼ね。いくらなんでもそこまで小さくないわよ。ハエと同じぐらいの肝玉は持ってるわよ。どうせ見栄を張るならもっとマシな生き物にしなさいよ。
なんなら試してみる？
Yumiko, put the fucking box cutter away.
いえ、本当に結構です。ごめんなさい。
Way to prove her right.
ねえねえサッチ、私には負け組ハッパーちょうだい。
Loser leaves? What?
ルーズリーフのことだよね。はい、どうぞ、マキちゃん。グラッチグラッチ。
What are you doing?
こらこらマキナ、教室で発情するの禁止。
What? The hell is running? Oh. Oh. Great. That's an animal mating thing. It's usually when deer shed their antlers or their velvet. But it is very much a mating thing. Like, oh my god. I did not need to hear that.
邪魔が入ったようなのよさ。じゃあ続きはベッドの上で。
I'm willing to bet she saw some spy movie yesterday. But anyway, you really got the work, Sachi.
何でもというのはどんなものでしょうか。
What?
やっぱりここって突っ込んだ方がいいの？どうだろうね。
You're a unique one.
ありがとうございます。しかもなんか褒められてるし。ねえ。
Let's see. Do you have a chisel on hand as well?
はい。
As soon as I request it, a chisel set emerges from the depths of her desk. How about a heavy-duty stapler that can handle dozens of sheets of paper at once? Standing from her desk, Sachi walks off to face a large locker in the back of the classroom. What's with that locker? It's twice the size of the others.
詰め込むものがたくさんあるさっちゃん専用ってやつ？
Oh my fucking god, Sachi literally has everything.
それはこれのことでしょうか？
Within a few minutes, she finds the requested item and brings it to me. Normally, I'd expect to have to go to a stationery store to get something like this.
ちょっとユージ、あんた今頃何言ってるのよ。
Hmm?
十徳ナイフより幸を持てっていうのがこのクラスでの常識よ。
Are you saying her karate chop cuts sharper than a folding blade?
そうじゃなくて、さっちゃんはそれだけ何でも用意できるってこと。
I see. Well, considering her apparent skill and devotion, I suppose she's well prepared to deal with most requests.
まあ、その格言が生まれたのにも理由があるわけだけど、あれはあまりの暑さで教室のクーラーも故障したうだるような夏の日だったわ。
Did Sachi manage to fix the AC?
今日は本格的に寒いわね。これじゃあセミの寿命も2割引きよ。
Sorry.
ねえねえチルチル。じゃあ今日のお昼は鍋にしようよ鍋。こういう時こそ体も心もグツグツ煮えたぎるのよさ。
おお、マキナもたまにはいいこと言うじゃない。何あれ。
さあ、暑さのせいで湧いちゃったんでしょ。
湧いちゃったって。
でしょでしょ。学園で鍋ってところが飛び抜けてるでしょ。
うんうん、見直した見直した。というわけでサチ、鍋セットの用意は任せたわよ。
はい、わかりました。
なんて、さすがに鍋は無理よね。って
あれ？
さっちゃん、どこ行ったんだろう。
Oh my god.
鍋をやるために必要なものを集めに行ったんでしょ。
まさか。だって って私もマキナも冗談で言ってただけ
She's
なのよ。
actually gonna get everything needed for a hot pot.
うんうん、いきなりやるって言ってもきっとできっこないし。
私の耳には分かりましたってうなずいたように聞こえたけど。
そう言われてみれば。
うなずいてたかも。最初は全員が半信半疑だった。でも授業に顔を出さず4時間目の授業終了と同時に戻ってきたサチはお待たせしました。
Oh my god, she really did it.
可愛く鼻水を垂らしながら土鍋セットと食材を抱えていたのよ。
でもあの時食べたお鍋はすっごく美味しかったのよさ。
She actually did it.
そうマキナがお菓子入れたりするから最後はゲテモノ鍋になってた気がするけど。ってこら私が熱を入れて語ってるんだからスルーしないでよ。
Incidentally, if I said I wanted nabe right now, would you be able to prepare things like you did before?
はいできますけど。
With a small nod, Sachi moves her gaze to the locker behind us. I see. Seems like you really might be more versatile than a Swiss Army knife.
だからあんたも部活のこと言うのをやめなさいよ。サチには冗談が通じないんだから。
Yeah. Alright, Sachi. Let's change things up this time. Get together the ingredients for flowing somen noodles.
はいわかりました。
An instantaneous response even here.
ってあんた人が注意してあげてるそばから何やってるのよ。ほらもうサチが出ていっちゃったじゃない。
Sachi will do literally anything you fucking ask. Oh my god.
食材だから今度はスーパーかしら。
もしくは寮のキッチンね。
Not a problem. I really do want to try this.
じゃあなんで流しそうめん？
You said it yourself earlier, didn't you? It's hot today, so I thought a cool meal would be best.
何よ。私のことを気にかけてくれたからって別にお礼なんて言わないんだからね。
My god, she's trying so hard to be the sim today. Waiting. Okay, this looks about right. With a careful check of the bamboo flume that makes up the small canal, I confirm that the water is flowing smoothly. Having explained the gist of things to the others, I spent the last 2 periods obtaining the necessary materials and putting together a simple angled bamboo gutter on the roof.
お腹減った。
I know what he's doing. I've seen it. Literally, the noodles shoot down through the chutes in cold water, and you just grab it as it comes. But in the one place I know where it is, you don't grab all of it. You grab a little bit of it, so the person further down the chute gets some noodles as well. A few minutes after lunch break begins, my classmates, excluding Sachi, emerge.
Nani kore?
流しそうめんの流しでしょ。
なくてなんでそんなものが学園の屋上にあるのかってことよ。
Probably the only place big enough?
もしかしてユージくんが作ったの？
Yeah. There's a bamboo grove within walking distance in the direction of the mountains, so the materials weren't hard to come by.
まさか授業をサボって山で竹取りとはね。
This would be the first time I've skipped class, come to think of it.
まさかあんた今まで一度も授業をサボったことなかったの？
We skipped class to go to the mountains to gather bamboo. Yeah, I suppose you could say that.
今時珍しいじゃない。
Also, I used Mosu bamboo for this thing, but when you're looking to make more intricate goods like a hamper or strainer, the more flexible Mandake bamboo is better suited to the job. If you can tell the difference between the two, it'll come in handy when you're trying to live off the mountains. Keep it in mind.
いや、普通女子学生が山ごもりとかする必要ないし。そうね。お待たせしました。
Oh my god, Sachi's returned. Sachi joins us, carrying a large tote bag on her shoulder.
サチ、ナイスタイミングだね。
Looks like you're able to find what we needed.
はい、一通りの食材は用意できました。
And let's start preparing for the meal.
ここが余っているようだから私はここにするわ。
とか言って本当は楽しみにしてるから一番上流なんでしょ。
Yumiko, you gonna pull out your box cutter?
は、
Yep.
流しましょうか。
それはやめておこう。ほら、カッターの葉食べたら喉切れちゃうかもしれないし。
Oh, Christ.
かマキボ私らは上流の2人が逃した面を根こそぎゲットするんえ。
了解ですぜ、姉子。
After I distribute a pair of chopsticks and a bowl of soup for the noodles to everyone, they take up their desired positions around the bamboo gutter. Seems like flowing somen is a rare experience for everyone, not just me.
それではサチ先生、第一投お願いします。
Please say Sachi's gonna literally chuck noodles at her face.
はい。
Okay. In response to Michiru's yell, Sachi releases a few strands of somen noodles into the waterway.
それ、キャッチ。うまい。ほらほら、そんな顔しないで。まあ、ユミコも次頑張りなさいよ。
次は絶対。
もしかしてここすっごく不利な位置なんじゃない？
大丈夫よ。たくさん流し始めたら必ずこぼれが出てくるんだから。オープス。というわけでサチ、次お願いね。では。やった。ふん、私だって。
Amane and Makina stir their empty soup bowls with hollow eyes. Because of the intense battle upstream, none of the noodles have reached their lower position. Alright, then we'll just do this. I set up another gutter that I prepared as a spare at a position below Michiru. Sachi, let's get some in this one as well.
わかりました。
これがジャパニーズ直通
ありがとうユージくん。
No need to thank me. A long time ago, I had it beaten into me not to waste the things I make.
へえ。
I glanced to my side, where Sachi is silently floating somen noodles down the waterway. At this rate, you're not gonna get any, Sachi. Alright, I'll secure your share. Scooping noodles directly from the original container, I deposit them in Sachi's bowl.
ありがとうございます。
ずるいよ、サッチンだけ。
そういう手段があるなら、私もユージくんから直接食べさせてもらおうか
You'd
しら。
like that, wouldn't you, Amane? Pair of observant hunters are on me in seconds. Hold it. If everyone starts taking noodles directly, it's not flowing somen.
ここが私の部屋だったら、ユージくんだけに女体流しそうめんやってあげてもよかったんだけど。
God damn, Amane! What? Amane, go to horny jail. Like, Jesus Christ. Sexy Soman. Nice ring to it.
ちょっとアマネ、あんた いきなり何口走ってるのよ。女の武器を使った買収ってやつ？
Bribery through feminine wiles. Oh my god.
それなら私もやるのよさ。ラメって。
Machina, no.
もう何なのよこの子たちは。
ほら小峰さん、手が止まってるわよ。
すみません。突然授業を休みたいというから何をするのかと思えば屋上で流しそうめんとはね。季節外れの転校生だけあって考えることが違うわね。
Okay, yeah, that was a thing. I've heard it takes about 3 days to get a cat to take to you. The girl, named Irisu Machina, got attached to me even faster than that. Yes, this is the same Machina who used to flee the instant she laid eyes on me. I have no idea what changed her mind, but lately it's been quite the opposite, with her approaching me on sight.
今日も暑いね。
Yeah, true. Not that she's particularly talkative. After a small greeting, she tends to just tag along in silence. You want something?
別に。
Honestly speaking, getting followed around for no reason like this is a little annoying. That said, there's no reason for me to coldly shoo her away either. You don't need to go to afternoon class?
今日は私の選択してる授業もうないし。
I see. In other words, she's probably just bored. The schedule at this school is divided between the core curriculum in the morning and optional courses in the afternoon. It's not rare for a few of my classmates to be lazing around by the vending machines after lunch. if you've got nothing to do, how about going back to the dorm and studying? Is what I'd like to say. But come to think of it, I'm also wandering around, wasting my free 5th period. Guess I don't exactly have the right to lecture Machina. Want something to drink? I dig my hand around in my pockets, searching for small change.
お金持ってる。
Holding out her right palm toward me to declare it's fine, Machina takes out something that looks like a green stuffed animal from her pocket. The vaguely frog-shaped thing seems to be a purse, as its red mouth opens wide with a snap of metal bearings. Okay, that probably looks adorable in all honesty. I'm just imagining a frog and then just... opening the clasp which just opens its mouth. After taking out a few coins, Machina buys a juice box from one of the vending machines lined up in the passage, then returns to my side. Jesus fucking Christ. These fucking noises. Pulling the attached straw free with stubby, clumsy-looking fingers, Machina pierces it into the juice box and starts to slurp up the contents. Similarly, I drink quietly from my paper cup full of oolong tea.
今日も暑いね。
True. Now we're repeating ourselves. Probably evidence that we're both puzzled over how to get a conversation started. Who was it that told me that the man has to break the ice in a situation like this? Or in situations like this? Anyone can break the goddamn ice. How much does a polar bear weigh? Enough to break the ice. There you go. Done. Of course, I'm not confident I could pull that off if I tried. What do I talk about with a girl like Machina? I don't know, anything. She seemed interested in the fact that you liked books. You read stuff. Ask her about how her crawfish is going? Maybe?
ねえお兄ちゃん、なんかお話をして。
There we go. She broke the ice for us. Stories. Stories. It's a fairly standard request, but I'm not sure where to go with this. What sort of story?
暑いから、なんか涼しいお話。
It's hot, so a nice and cool story. Okay. Cool story. That's a bit tricky. When you're looking for a chilling tale, I think ghost stories are the standard choice. Fortunately, I'm not lacking in that department. A legacy of the time I spent at my old school. Alright then. This is something I heard from an upperclassman at my previous school. This is not the kind of fucking... This is not the kind of cool story she was talking about, bruh. This is the story of an American soldier who found himself on a southern island in a night flooded with lukewarm rain. The soldier is making his way south through the darkened jungle amid the pelting downpour, following a native trail with 8 companions. Their objective was an enemy aircraft position. The rain had been falling for 2 days straight, leaving the ground swampy as a paddy field. With the moon hidden behind thick storm clouds, the soldiers couldn't even see the back of the comrade walking 2 or 3 meters ahead. The squad's nerves were already worn by the suggestive darkness of the night jungle, but the relentless rain piercing through the tree canopy was slowly sapping their endurance as well. And on top of it all, the rough map they'd received from the scouts was vague to the point of uselessness, good for little but further fueling their anxiety. As the squad trudged out at a virtual crawl through the knee-deep mud, it was inevitable that their formation grew increasingly loose. So the American soldier, a sniper bringing up the rear of the column, was desperately struggling to avoid getting separated from the rest of his unit. Eventually, he heard a distinctive clacking from some distance in front of him, rising above the sound of the rain. He recognized the sound as the castanets the platoon leader carried as a means to communicate at night, or in poor visibility conditions where hand signals were impractical. The number of times he clacked indicated an order to halt on the spot. The man dropped to one knee in the muddy water, grasped his rifle to his breast, and removed the lens cap from his scope, shielding it from the rain. An enemy ambush? Lying flat on the spot, the man pressed his strong eye against the gun's sight. The back of the soldier in front of him came into view. No shots had been fired as of yet. Early reconnaissance had indicated there were barely enemy troops or armed guerrillas in this area. If there were enemies here, the odds were they would be scouts, and most likely a fairly small group. As the man rested his chin in the muddy water to watch the jungle ahead, he heard the first sounds of gunfire. The enemy wasn't even 30 meters away from his squad. They practically bumped into each other. 6 lines of fire from the enemy position, just as he'd thought. It seemed to be a small scouting group. Judging from the reckless way they opened fire blindly, they were probably poorly trained guerrillas who'd panicked after encountering their enemy under these unusual conditions. Removing his gaze from the scope, the man grasped his weapon and pulled back the bolt handle, pushing a 7.62mm bullet into the exposed chamber, and quickly returned his dominant eye to the eye cup of his sight. Oh my god. Where is this going? Is he going to end up shooting his own men? Is that what the tale is going to be? He shot his own men? The muzzle flashes, visible through the scope, burned white after images onto his pupil, fully dilated after his long walk in the darkness. He couldn't see the enemy. Aiming on intuition alone, he squeezed the trigger. A momentary explosion of light from his gun, and he heard an enemy's grunt from the brush some 30 meters away. A hit. The man took his rifle in both hands and began to crawl on his elbows and knees in search of a new firing position. After moving about 10 meters to his left, he discovered a convenient foxhole that would serve his purpose nicely. Hey, how's it going? Doing alright. For the most part, ankle's kind of bothering me. I think I've just been moving too much on it. How have you been doing? When he swung his body down into the hole, he found it was half full of stagnant water, just as he'd expected. That fact barely registered in his mind. More importantly, from a position like this, he could snipe while hidden for a time. Sunk to the waist in the muddy water, he mechanically pulled back his rifle's bolt and squeezed the trigger. Again and again and again. All of a sudden, he heard a voice from the next foxhole. Since when had it been occupied? Hey, give me a grenade! In response, the man took an M67 grenade from his belt, swung around his waist, and held it out. The safety pin still fixed in place. A white hand reached out from the nearby trench and received it. Thank you. The man was certain he heard those words. But no matter how long the man waited, his comrade didn't throw the grenade. Maybe the safety pin was bent somehow and he couldn't get it loose? Hey, you okay? As the man was speaking those words, he started to move his head to look above the edge of his encampment. At that moment, the grenade exploded in the next foxhole. What the fuck? An explosion at point-blank range isn't something you hear. The overpowering waves of sound aren't recognized by your ears as noise. A mass of burning air struck the man like a wall, knocking the helmet off his head and thrusting his body backward into the muddy pool. His mouth, thrown open by the explosion, was instantly filled with filthy water. As the man desperately tried to spit it out, he realized his tongue had been knocked back into his throat. He couldn't breathe. Quickly thrusting his hands into his mouth, the man peeled his tongue free with his fingers and powerfully vomited out the water together with the breath that had gathered in his lungs. What in the fuck am I reading? Okay, bro, got the day off today and new job's doing great. Hope the hill still isn't too busy for you. It's going okay. For the most part, we're slowly getting stuff in. Hasn't been too bad. Hey, Mari! Yeah, this did get really fucking graphic! How you doing? And this is supposed to cool... This is a story I'm telling to cool down the small child? What the fuck? I'm not doing coughing noises. I think you've all heard enough of me coughing the past, like, week and a half. His throat was burning from inhaling the explosion's scorching wind, and he couldn't stop the tears that were pouring down his face. You're good? Toothache woke you up? Oh, that sucks. I'm doing okay. Ankle's kind of hurting, but is what it is. I'll just try not to walk around too much. Sucks about your tooth. Ugh, those are never fun. His head felt like it had taken a direct hit from a fastball made of concrete, and his ears were filled with a high-pitched ringing. Hey, you alright? Get it together! Curled up in the muddy water with his head in his hands, the man heard the voice of a comrade. And at least his eardrums hadn't shattered. He felt himself being dragged up out of the foxhole by both arms. Gotta move. Temporary withdrawal. Can you walk? It took all the man's effort to nod his head. He couldn't see. His ears were barely functional, and his throat was on fire. He couldn't even speak. The man began to run his hands across the ground in a panic. His comrade knew what he was looking for. The man felt his rifle pressed back into his hands. Reassured by the familiar feel of his weapon, the man slung it onto his shoulder. His hands still clutching the ground, he fled the place at a crawl. What in the fuck am I listening to? Like, what the fuck is this? Had 30 minutes passed? When the man came to himself, the rain had, ironically enough, finally stopped. His vision had largely recovered. When he looked around, he saw his companions, all just as filthy with mud. Hey, Shorty! You still alive? The sniper was still scurrying along the ground when that voice called to him. It belonged to a black man who joined the army at the same time as him. Thought he said he was going to tell a ghost story. Yeah, what the fuck is this? This game is fucking weird. We're going into this right after having, flowing somen noodles on the roof, and then Amane, being Amane, saying, how about have some sexy somen with me in my room, huh? You'll flow right off my body. What the fuck? We went from that to this. This game. This fucking game. Essential detail, the race of this random guy. Yeah, exactly. They'd been in the same squad in their training days as well, and the black man was his closest friend in the platoon. His greeting was as casual as always. Give me a break. The man reshouldered his beloved rifle and told his friend about the hand grenade accident. A voice from the next foxhole. The grenade he handed over in response. Moments later, the explosion. The man angrily spat out the details of his brush with death through another stupidity. The black man listened in silence. When the story was over, after a brief pause, he finally spoke. Huh? The hell you talking about, Shorty? The black man said his story was impossible. Come to think of it, of course it was. The man was the unit's Birdman. The rear guard. The end of the line. Usually, the Birdman marched 10 to 20 meters behind the squad. There was no way an ally would have been encamped only 2 or 3 meters from his position. Even considering his movements to change his firing position, he couldn't have met anyone until his unit broke into retreat. I mean, let's say you're right and some jackass dropped a grenade in his own foxhole. Okay, who was that? When the man looked around his surroundings, all 8 of the squad's other members were accounted for. A few were very lightly wounded, but clearly none of them had been on the receiving end of a grenade blast recently. So, who the hell did you give that grenade to? In response to his friend's words, a shiver ran down the man's spine. Oh, good fuck. After rejoining the main force and completing his report, the man told his story to a grizzled veteran. The sergeant major had an explanation of sorts for him. That place is right around the site of an old battle where many Americans died. Among them were many wounded who'd been cruelly, slowly butchered by guerrillas with spears and bayonets. And some who had reached the grenades on their waists and pulled the pin, rather than be tortured to death. What the fuck? He handed a grenade to the ghost of a dead soldier? What in the Christ? So in the end, who'd taken the man's grenade? Perhaps a lingering spirit, still clinging to the battlefield even in death? Or so the story went. What do you think? Get a bit of a chill?
なんて話を聞かせてくれるのよさ。おしっこちびりそうなのよ。
Oh, dear God. Good job. You scared the poor girl. Oh. Sorry about that. Forget it. Oh, my bee. Walks away.
無理。今夜一人でおトイレ行った時、絶対泣く。
You traumatized her, man. My bad.
こ 今度お話をするときはもうちょっと楽しいお話にして。
When she said to tell a cool story, she meant one that would make them feel, you know, cooler, because it's hot AF right now for them. It's like, tell a story about being in the snow, not, ooh, spooky ghost, woo. Oh my god. Jesus, mother of fucking Christ. While this, I can't change the character's name, I think this fits perfectly for this moment. Yes, we all agree. Baron is an idiot. I hope you all heard that one. I hope. He may not have my name, but holy fuck, he is an idiot. Uh-huh. Yeah. Got it. Machina throws her empty juice box into a trash can and starts to patter away. As usual, she leaves as quickly as she arrives. But at this time, after walking about 3 meters, Machina stops on the spot and turns back to me.
ね、お兄ちゃん。
Hmm? What?
お兄ちゃんは死後の世界ってあると思う？
Oh, that's a fucking hell of a question. Life after death. Can't say for sure since I've never experienced it firsthand. If you believe in it, then maybe there is. In the army, there's a popular story about an afterlife exclusively for soldiers. Fucking what, Valhalla, but for soldiers? Like the modern day soldiers, not just Vikings? It's a story you'll find in the armed forces of pretty much any country. In pretty much identical form. If you believe an afterlife is waiting for you, it will be. I'm sure it's something like that.
そっか。ありがとう。じゃあまた。
With those words, she runs off. This time without looking back. I don't think I said anything particularly interesting, but hearing words of thanks naturally lightens my mood anyway. Drinking up the remaining oolong tea with a gulp, I throw the empty cup in a trash bin and walk off toward our classroom for the 6th period class. Good Lord Almighty. Can this man stop categorizing fucking women and shit? Ugh. Just when you give me that little bit of hope that I can kind of like you a little more, you give me shit like subspecies of woman. Oh, good lord. And this isn't even in jest, he just straight up fucking thinks this way. There's a subspecies of woman distinguished by an excessive kind of helpfulness, a burning desire to take care of other people's problems. Within a few days of entering this school, I had a rough idea that Suo Amane fit this busybody woman classification. Alright, so you're just gonna call her the busybody woman now instead of the large woman? Or the big woman? Because she's tall? Not even that tall? I mean, well, she's taller than me, but that's not saying much. But I have to admit, I wasn't expecting her to extend her meddling to me quite so quickly. Although I suppose it's inevitable that we'd run into each other a lot since we live in the same dorm. Seems like she's coming up to me at every free moment and playing the big sister. While also flirting with us. And changing in front of us. And practically offering herself to us. Why? I don't know. We're not receptive, apparently.
何か困ってることはない？わからないことがあれば何でも私に聞きなさい。
I wish she'd put herself in my shoes. It's not easy having to politely shoot her down every time.
ゆうじくん。
Not wasting any time, are you? I'm not sure how she got the idea in her head, but lately every time a break begins, Amane's been clinging to me from behind.
ほら、巨乳キャラだぞ。ちょっと垂れてるところがマニアックだぞ。
I apologize again. Then forcefully pressing her oversized lumps of breast blubber against me, as if to say, "Oh, for fuck's sakes!" Check it out! I'm the big tits character! The way they droop just a little is very popular with the enthusiasts! What the fuck is this game?! What the fuck am I reading? Oh, for God's sake, what the fucking Christ? Look, you're heavy. Remove your chest flap from my head.
何その言い草。ユウジくんおっぱい嫌いなの？
Do you hate Oh my god. What the This fucking game. Literally unlike anything I've ever played before. On the contrary, I'm something of a fan.
ならいいじゃん。もっと喜びなよ。
Insert DeviantArt comment. God, I wish that were me.
若い男なら誰しもが夢中になるパイオツだぞ。そんな態度取ってると同性愛者だと思われてヒゲ面の親父に言い寄られるよ。
Okay. Wow. Wow. Who localized this? Is this a gag localization? Holy fuck. Do I just start putting content warnings on this game just for that? Wow. First the misogyny. Now this. What's next? Content warning. We don't even know. Just be warned. I'd prefer that. a man sexually harasses me, at least I can knock him flat without feeling guilty about it. I am an advocate for true gender equality. I will dropkick any man, woman, or child who deserves it. That's a Konosuba reference. It's one of those, you know, isekai, got sent into another world things, but it's pure comedy and pure gold. What do you want from me? If you have something to say, then spit it out already.
ん？いやいや、今の授業で何かわからないところはなかったってね。ちょっとお姉さんぶってみたいだけなんだけどさ。
Thanks, sis, but I'm a big boy now. So can you please get lost?
ああ、照れちゃって。可愛いんだからもう。ぎゅー。
I don't even know. Hey, Dr. Dinosaur, how's it going? How are the girls? Well, Amane is squeezing her, breasts against us. So that's a thing. You're doing good? That's good. Stop that. I'm a dainty little thing. I'll break more easily than you'd think.
だからこうして優しく抱きしめてるんじゃない。
They say a snapping turtle won't release prey from its bite, even if lightning strikes nearby. Amane is a similar beast. Once she clings to me, my only release is the sound of the bell. If this woman kept a pet cat, I'm positive it would go bald from stress within a week. I'm not confident my own hair will be safe if I allow these assaults to continue. I think it's about time I get my message across, even if it requires taking a somewhat harsh attitude. Amane, that's about enough. Just as I begin to shout, Sakaki appears with spectacular timing.
スオさん、少しいいかしら。
うん。
Yumiko grimaces at Amane's response. Her glare is expressive. Hey, who are you supposed to be?
まあいいわ。次の地歴の授業で使うプロジェクターの準備があるでしょ。
ああ、そうか。今日の日直私とマキナだ。
イリスさん一人で準備を始めたけど放っておいていいの？
ごめんユージ君、私行かなきゃ。
Don't mind me.
急いだ方がいいわよ。またイリスさんが機材を壊す前に。
マキナ待って、壊さないで。
She finally released me. What a noisy woman.
あれ、わざとああしてドタバタして見せているのよ。ネクラだってバレるのはそんなに怖いのかしら。
What? Alright. Amakina casually drops that her mom hates her, like her family hates her. And now Yumiko's like, oh yeah, Amane's got depression. What do you mean?
言葉の通りよ。まあ、昔のスオーさんのように無駄にうじうじしているよりはマシだと思って私は諦めることにしたわ。
You make it sound like you're familiar with her past. Have you known Amane that long?
そうね。と言っても、知り合ってまだ1年程度だけれど。
So Amane wasn't always like this? Just sprinkling in a little tragic past story, like, ugh.
何？
Yep.
彼女に興味があるの？
Yeah, just very, yeah, super casually about it too. It's like, oh yeah. I mean, we had our casual, yeah, my family's dead. So, what's going on with Yumiko? What's going on with Michiru? And what's going on with Sachi? There's definitely something going on with Sachi. She'll do literally anything you tell her to do. So there's something going on there. Something's got to be going with Yumiko, with her, always, threatening people with a fucking box cutter. And then Michiru trying way too hard to be tsundere. I don't know. I don't know where to go from there. I just don't understand the woman. Why does she drape herself all over me like that?
私が知るわけないじゃない。彼女に直接聞いたらどう？
I did. Just the other day, having stocked up on necessities for my new dorm life at the local supermarket, I was wandering leisurely around the area in front of the station.
あれゆうちゃんじゃん。何してんのこんなとこで。
Don't call me that.
なんでかわいいじゃん。
Spare me. I can't get any cuter than I already am. All the other girls will get jealous and start picking on me.
そういう言い回し、誰かに似てるって言われない？
Like who?
さあ、それより何？お買い物？
Amane pointed at the plastic supermarket bag dangling from my hand.
ボックスティッシュに乾電池、サラダ油にマヨネーズ、あとはレトルトのカレーにデンタルフロス、それともやし。
Look, you don't just start rifling through my bag.
カレーを買うなら南口の山陽より北口の松栄の方が安いよ。もやしも松栄さんなら一袋29円だし。
Yeah, she is very frugal. You're as knowledgeable as always. Do you wander around comparing prices all day long?
別に毎日ってわけじゃないけど、買い物のたびにチェックはしてるかな。
She's got an impressive devotion to What's the word? Economizing. Sure. I felt definite admiration, since my master was the sort of wild woman who bought things without even looking at the price tag.
牛乳、卵、野菜を買うなら松栄さん。お魚、お肉、トイレットペーパーを買うなら山陽さんって覚えておくといいよ。
Well, I'm not that caught up on the price. I appreciate the thought, but I just want a store that's convenient. It's all well and good to wander around looking for bargains, but when you consider the increased effort and consumption of time involved, getting too picky frequently turns into a loss.
まあ、男の子はそうだよね。
That's right. I'll be going.
帰るの？
Yeah, I did finish my shopping.
じゃあ、一緒に帰ろうよ。
As soon as the words left her mouth, Amane was standing by my side, firmly grasping my hand. What do you think you're doing?
何が？
this, of course. In demonstration, I raised the hand that Amane had gripped, or rather captured, her fingers intertwined tightly within mine. What am I? A kid who won't go home unless Mama pulls him there? I've got to admit, I don't remember acting quite that adorably, so I'm very interested in where you're coming from here. Still gripping my right hand tightly, Amane raised the forefinger of her other hand against her lip and racked her brains for an answer.
幼い弟の手を引いて家に帰る優しいお姉ちゃんプレイ?
Kind big sis walking home hand in hand with her brother role-playing? Oh my god. Oh, is that it? If it's role-playing, then I guess I have to play along. Did you really think I'd say that? Off! I forcefully yanked my arm free, shaking off Amane's grip.
もう嫌なの?
If you think that puppy dog face will make me act nicer out of guilt, you're very wrong. Don't flirt in public. That's a rule of mine. Flirting in privacy is okay then?
二人きりならいいの?
Oh, for fuck's sakes. Stop twisting my words. Point is, I can't think of a single reason why I should hold hands with you.
私がつなぎたいからじゃあ理由にならないの?
Jesus Christ. It's not an answer to the question why you want to hold hands.
私ね、過去の事故のトラウマで誰かと手をつないでいないと不安なのよ。
Wow, that was super cash. Some kind of obsessive compulsive disorder? What sort of accident was it?
それは秘密?
Oh, good God almighty. The hell?
やだ、怒らないでよ、冗談なんだから。
As she spoke, Amane took my hand for the second time. Joking? When did the joke start? This is irritating. Take the left at least. Can't calm down when someone's got hold of my dominant hand.
別にね、手を握ることに深い意味なんてないよ。ただ、せっかく同じクラスになったんだし、仲良くしたいなってそう思っただけ。
Why get friendly with me? Well, I mean, you're the 6th student in a school of 6. Might as well get friendly with them. You're gonna be there for at least another 2 years.
それ理由がいる? 君は子供の頃とか友達を作るのに損得や理由を考えてた?
Hard to say. Didn't have any.
じゃあ逆に聞くけど、どうして私じゃダメなのかな?
I wouldn't say I don't. I just want to understand your motive.
ならいいじゃない。仲良くしましょうよ。
You're a weird one. You're a fucking weirdo too, buddy. You got no reason to complain or call anyone else on that. You're a weirdo.
うちの学校で変じゃない子って一人もいないよ、多分。
I'm going back.
帰ろう。
Having moved to my left as I requested, Amane didn't mess around any further. On our way back, she calmly acted her age. Holding hands really did seem to be enough to satisfy her. How lewd. Doubts did run through my head. Considering it's only been a few days since we met, she's bizarrely friendly. But still, as she is a member of our class full of special cases, despite her relatively normal facade, Amane must have her own unhappy circumstances. This hand-holding may well have some meaning for her.
で彼女の過去を鑑みるにスキンシップを無下に断るのも気が引けるので、うやむやのうちに黙認していたら最近富に目に余るほど過剰な接触をするようになってきたと。
We'll make a detective of you yet.
何を偉そうに。
Sakaki, what sort of accident was Amane involved in?
知らないわ。
If it's not something you can talk about, I'll leave it alone.
そうじゃなくて本当に知らないのよ。あまり興味もないし。でも文字通り交通事故だったという話で。
Okay. A car crash?
何でも彼女が乗っていたバスが事故を起こして、それが原因で心を病んでいるという話を聞いたことはあるけれど。
Okay. I'm getting something here.
手をつなぎたがる癖があるなんて話は過分にして聞いたことがないわね。
Maybe she was in an accident, lost her family, and now wants to hold on to people as kind of a way to not lose them. Best I can think of. She doesn't want to let go of anyone she considers a friend or family now after losing them. I'm taking shots in the dark here. Obviously, we'll find out more when we actually get on a route. We'll find out what's going on with all these girls. Then why was she so persistent about it?
だから知らないわよ。彼女視力が悪いようだし、それが原因じゃない？
She has bad eyesight? What? Does bad eyesight make you want to hold hands?
さあ、視力が未発達な赤ん坊が何でも口に入れて舌で物体の形状や温度を認識するのと同じで、何でも触ってみないと落ち着かないんじゃないかしら。
I didn't even realize she couldn't see well. There wasn't really anything that said that. Huh. A plausible theory, but I'm having a hard time buying it in her case. In the first place, are her eyes that terrible?
知らないわよ。興味ないって言ったでしょ。
I'm wasting my breath talking to you.
気が合うわね。私もたった今、あなたとの会話はつまらないと言おうとしていたところよ。
Guess we're done here. Or we would be if I hadn't just spotted Komine Sachi out of the corner of my eye. Hey, Sachi, you have a minute?
はい、なんでしょう。
Do you know anything in particular about Amane's past?
いいえ、私は詳しい話は何も。
So in other words, nobody knows the whole story?
あえて聞くような楽しい話題ではないし。
Yeah, I'm sorry. Not everyone is into the whole, let's just sit and have a trauma share circle. This isn't the end of Yuri's route in Blue Skies. Where we just like, alright, trauma sharing, everybody.
自分から不幸自問ができるほどに回復している学生ならいつまでもこんなところにはいないでしょうしね。
True enough. As long as the person in question doesn't want to discuss it, I suppose I shouldn't pry any further. Good. Don't cry. In the first place, I'm a little dubious that Amane's past really has anything to do with holding my hand.
何かあまねさんが思わず手をつなぎたくなるほどに好かれるようなことをしたのではないですか？
That's taking things in a new direction. Specifically, what do you think I did?
そうですね。例えば、あまねさんが街でヤンキーに絡まれているところを助けたとか。
No, definitely didn't do that.
雨の日に捨て猫の入った段ボールにそっと傘を置いていったところを見られたとかね。
Definitely didn't do that. What's so funny? Well, whatever. Neither rings a bell. I have no memories of us being lovers in a previous life either.
そんな記憶があったら気持ち悪いわよ。
この学園に男の人が転入してくるのは珍しいですし、何かこうクラスメイトの男子とそういうデートじみたことがしてみたかっただけなのではないでしょうか。
I mean, she has... four other classmates. I mean, one she kind of treats as a little sister, but there's 3 other classmates that could potentially be, you know, dating interests. Not sure if I vibe with MC going, oh hey, this girl has some trauma she won't share. Let's ask everyone what her deal is. Dr. Dinosaur, this dude is... something else. He constantly refers to just the girls as women, or woman. He has very misogynistic outlooks on things, and oh, good Christ almighty. He just kind of says whatever the fuck he wants. Our pink-haired girl to our right, Sashi, one of the first thing he asked her that was not school-related was, alright, what are your 3 measurements? Just right out of the blue, he asked her, you know, bust, hips, and waist. Bust, hips, and waist. Just like, yeah, what are they? Tell me. I mean, she gave her measurements, but that's just her character. She will do, like, anything someone says. Is this guy gonna get killed by the end of the game? I sure hope so. I mean, maybe. We work for some government organization, we're pretty sure, as an assassin. I'm pretty sure from the little details our boss gave us. And we're told to have our phone on us at all times so we can answer. And if we don't answer the phone, they're gonna send a squad after us. So we very well could die easily. And the one to our left has been threatening us with a box cutter since day 1. We got her to stop actively trying to hit us with it, at least. But she still pulls it out at random. You think so? Incidentally, Sachi, does that mean you've got an interest in holding hands and going on a date with me as well? Yeah, he says shit like this.
手をつなぐこと自体は嫌ではないですし、俺と手をつなげデートをしろとそう強く命令していただければ絶対に断らないと思いますけど。
Komine Sachi, the ultimate sub. I see. Thank you for your valuable opinion. I'll file it under not helpful in the slightest. How about you, Sakaki?
私があなたと手をつないでデート？
Right. Got any interest?
困ったわ。どう答えればあなたを傷つけずに済むのかしら。
I get the picture. Thank you so much for your compassion. So in the end, asking around didn't get me anything resembling a clear answer. From what Sakaki says, it doesn't seem like Amane wants to hold hands indiscriminately. Mystery's only deepened.
大丈夫マキナ。あそこ狭いからぶつけないようにね。
大丈
なんで言ってるそばからぶつけるかなあんたは。
私はそういう生き物なのよさ。
Just at that moment, Amane enters the classroom pulling Makina by the hand, oblivious to our gossiping. I point my thumb toward the pair and their connected hands. You said Amane doesn't have a habit of holding hands, right?
まあ、イリスさんは特別。手をつないでおかないと、ふらふらとどこかへ行っちゃうような子だし。
Sakaki watches Amane and Makina as she speaks. Suddenly, she claps her hands together as if struck by a burst of insight.
あなた、あの子と同列に見られているのではないかしら。
Say what? Wait, what? I've been put in the same category? With a kid like this, who you half expect to get lost tottering after a butterfly? What a seriously unpleasant thought.
スオさんは面倒見がいいのよ。なんていうか、言葉は悪いけど、きっとダメ男が好きなんじゃないかしら。
I appreciate that you're probably trying to help, but that's basically an indirect way of saying, you look like a hopeless man.
ん？そう言ったつもりだけど。
Sakaki, could you please stop rubbing salt in the wound without even realizing it? It kinda stings.
あら、心外だわ。これでも随分と高評価しているつもりなのだけれど。
Mind answering one last question for me?
何かしら。
Is there even a single normal person in this school?
言ったでしょ。まともならこんな学園になんていないわよ。あなたを含めてね。
True enough. Don't think you've got some special variety of unhappiness. Sensing the admonition underneath Sakaki's words, I feel the stirrings of something like shame. Whether it's normal or not, this student life isn't bad in its own way. I've started to like this place enough to reach that conclusion.
Save するわ。
I'm still not used to this game's menus talking to me. Alright, I'm gonna put a pin in Grisaia for today, because that was a bit much. I'm getting hungry, I gotta use the bathroom and do some other stuff. But remember, I will be back later on today, because I do have stuff in. So later today, probably by maybe 5, 6-ish, we'll see. We'll put together the Gundam Astaroth. So that'll be fun. And then a reminder tomorrow, after stream, probably about 6-ish, I'll be putting together the Millennium Puzzle. And probably failing at actually putting the puzzle together. Because again, that one has no instructions on how to actually construct the puzzle itself. It only has instructions on how to put the puzzle pieces together. So yeah, that'll be a fun little challenge. Let's see, is there anybody on right now I could on my follow list that I could send y'all to. Maybe. If someone does have a suggestion for a raid, feel free to use the guide the raid command, like the guide the raid redemption, just to make it fair, I guess. If not, I might send everyone off to someone else, because I'm just not 100% sure. And also a reminder, get your bananas in for the community goal to get me to play Fallout New Vegas. That is still active. Need 75k to do it, y'all. And I think we're only at like 10%. What are we at? What are we at? Yeah, we're only at 10% right now. Still a month to go. It's doable. Alright, up to 12%. We're getting a little bit closer, Nichols. You'll get your wish. And also save a lot of points so you can start using them for other things. Boosted by 2%. Yep. So, yeah, looks like no one's got anyone right now. So, I would just send you all off to Selkie. I haven't raided her in a long while. It's been quite a bit. But I've had her in my follows for a while and have raided her in the past. So, yeah, might as well. Give Selkie some love. So, thank you everyone for, watching, commenting, lurking, contributing those bananas. I appreciate it very, very much. I will be back tonight later to build the Gundam Astaroth, probably about 5:36-ish. We'll see. So, hope you all have yourselves a good rest of your day. I'll see you next time.